You owe it to yourself to see your ideas through. Welcome to the day in the life of a 32-year-old fella on YouTube who has a coffee shop. Okay, so I saw this thing on TikTok, how to make a hot chocolate for cafes, and you have to make a syrup, looks, vibes. Thank God for TikTok University. So I'm heading over to Wallace World to pick up the essentials. Let's go. Ah! All right, so what I have right here is chocolate, brown sugar, cocoa powder, water, and vanilla mixed all in this. So I'm waiting for this to chill down. Oh, smooth transition. It's like I went to school for this. I got some boxes I need to unbox for Welch Coffee, and why don't we Casey Neistat this and unbox? But this is from Vistaprint. Okay, this is a lot bigger than I thought it would be. Get your mind out of the gutter. So this is a stamp that I'm getting for my cups. Cups in Toronto either have their logo or even have like their lid that's a different color, which is still smart. I do see myself going down that path, but I'm thinking instead of having a logo, which I do have it here, well, how can we be better? How can we elevate and be unique in a city that has a coffee shops, not stops? So I had the idea of having. Yo, no way. This is sick. Do you see that? I feel like a food blogger. Look at that. So essentially what this says, design your cup. So I'm going to use this. I want to stamp the cup so it encourages people to design it. You make your own version of your cup. I think that's really dope. Vistaprint, low key, if you need something real quick, fast, quick delivery. But low key, if you want something better, Ontario Fixtures, Tony Miller, will hook you up. Amazon. Riley, safety first. Safety first. Safety's cool. What? Oh. I got a few scoops. This is 2 scoops. No, this is mainly for green beans. When I pack my coffee beans, I was using a Pyrex. It worked. It actually worked a lot better than I thought. But this is essentially a better version of it. So you put this on the scale, put your coffee in, and then you put this end into the coffee bag so it goes right in with no beans dancing around. And it's fairly cheap. It was fairly cheap. And this is something that you'll use every single day. This is like a one-time purchase that you'll probably use for years. Anyway, so boom. Another Amazon. Yo, it's worked. Oh, so first up, coffee cleaner for Frankie boy. Hey, clean your Frank. What did I get? What is this? I thought it said impulse buy, because that's probably true. Impulse buy, or brute strength. I go to the gym. You don't know me. Pop up. All right. When I pack my coffee, shout out to Jerry Espresso. He led me to this product. He uses this all the time for his coffee bag. So essentially, you have your bag. This part heats up. You select how hot. Put your bag here. Boom, sealed. Because before this, I was just using an iron, which again, it works, no problem. Every dollar that you put into your business should have an ROI attached to it, or will help you long term, just like this. And back to the video. Some people ask me, why did I start a coffee company? Or how did I start a coffee company? And I think that's a great question, because when I started out, I had no idea. The reason why I started Design Your Cup. The reason why I started Welch Coffee Co. is that I spent a lot of time in cafes and a lot of time just drinking coffee, getting social content done for 92 Social, or pitching, or even just networking. And there's a few times where I'm like, there should be a brand that's for the creative. There should be someone or something for me. Idea was toying around. Started out as a passion project, and then the rise of e-commerce during COVID, I was like, how can I get into this? When people ask me, how did I start? I always say, because it's true, it started from a Google search. I literally searched on Google as, how do I start a coffee company? Question mark. It's literally that simple. And I learned about private labeling. Private labeling, if the people who don't know, is essentially when you partner with a company or a roastery, you pretty much buy their beans at a wholesale, they put your logo and branding on it, and then you can sell it retail at whatever price you set on. As soon as I found that out, I knew that I'm like, all right, it's gonna be coffee because it's easier to get. I love it. There's a connection there. The last step was to find, who am I? What's the brand I'm talking about? Who am I talking to? And it's funny because that's oftentimes the first thing you decide when you are developing a company is, who are you? But for me, I found the coffee first, then I found who I was after. So I partnered with, and I still do, Beaver Rock out of Barrie, Ontario. Great people, great coffee. Honestly, they helped me tremendously when I just started out. I asked a bunch of stupid questions. Even the owner of Beaver Rock helped me develop Welch Coffee Co. He said something, and this is for business in general. When you're developing your tagline, or if you're coming up with a saying or whatever that nature, less words are better. And one thing I learned from college is how to write a headline is very similar to how to write effectively. So who is doing what? Who are you? What are you doing? And what is it? Welch Coffee Co. Caffeinate your creativity. So the caffeinate creativity, you are talking about coffee, talking about who we are as a brand, creatives, and wheeling that all in together. So that took a while to figure out who we were. I originally started, and shout out to Nate Peters, Nathaniel. He was another person that helped me develop a brand. Because the original idea for Welch Coffee was each blend was a province. So the medium roast musician was supposed to be Ontario, a variation of that. And then as soon as he said, are you trying to expand to the States? I'm like, yeah. And I'm like, oh, well, I just pigeonholed myself. Hey. As soon as I figured out the coffee, who am I targeting? There's days I spent at Starbucks for 6 hours. It's one of those things when you have a good idea, you want to sit on it for a bit. You want to sit on it to see if it really sinks in. Does it speak to you? Because if it doesn't speak to you, it won't speak to your customers. Because when you're telling your story to everyone every day, all the time, you have to love what you're saying. There has to be some sort of passion behind what you're saying. People relate to that. People relate to good storytelling. I realized it was just marketing. That's kind of what I do with 92. So in the weird sense, I had 92 Social, and then as a client, I had Welch Coffee. Took a barista course, Canadian Institute of Baristas, I think. Shout out to them. They're great. If you're looking to get into it, you don't have to be in coffee, but if you're looking just because you love coffee, I would highly suggest it. Wait for their sales. The value is incredible. So I took a course. I wanted to learn more about coffee, and I have been in a part of the food and beverage industry for quite some time, but didn't really know being a barista. So I took a course about that, and I took a course about roasting, but that's for a different video. And that's kind of how I started, and I did a lot of pop-ups. A lot of pop-ups, which led me to here at Something in the Water. So you owe it to yourself to see your ideas through. Even if it doesn't go through, even if it doesn't do anything, you owe it to yourself to do it. You never know. Design your cup.